Hi, welcome to week 20 of my Mission Tuition Challenge. If you're new here and haven't watched any of my other videos, I'm on a mission to save $14,000 to pay for my kids' school fees next year. I do sell on eBay. I enter competitions to try to win things, to save money or to, win things to flip. I do Perkle surveys and that's about it at the moment. Haven't come up with any other side hustle ideas to make money. So welcome if you're new here. Right, terrible week again. After having a good week last week, it's come down again. I joined the Geelong Flippers Facebook group this week. I think it was this week. Anyway, a lot of people there are saying that they're having the same thing. No sales, sending out offers when people watch their items and having no bites. So don't think it's just me. I think it's across the board. It's just been a quiet couple of weeks for a lot of people. So we'll get into what did sell. It'll be a short list. So I only had 3 items this week. So the first one was last Sunday, and it was this bundle of, I keep wanting to say Country Living, but I think they're country style magazines. This is another little stuffer, so check your listings, people. It was a bundle of 6 magazines that I had listed, I think, for $39.95 or something like that, and then I ended up taking an offer of $30, but I had 6 in the bundle, but I'd had 7 in the listing title. And it was only when I went to try to find them on the shelf and I couldn't find a bundle of 7. I'm thinking, where's this bundle of 7? Anyway, so then I checked what the actual magazines were and found out I'd stuffed up my listing and that there was only 6 magazines in the photo. So I messaged the buyer and said, look, I can cancel it, or I've got 2 other bundles of country style magazines listed. Is there one issue from those bundles that you want? Because I'll, delist it and give you that other one. And he said he was just interested in more recent issues. So I did take one down and I threw in actually 2 magazines, to make up for my mistake. But yeah, so check your listings, make sure that what you've got in your title is actually what you're selling. But I've just actually today got the positive feedback on that. So he's obviously happy with the issues that I sent to cover up my mistake. Well, not to cover up, but to counter for my mistake. So that was that first one. Oh, that also did sell on a promoted listing. So I got an extra 66 cents eBay fee. So it was $4.32 for the sale and then another 66 cents. So $4.32 in fees for the sale and then 66 cents for the promoted listing aspect. So then the next one that sold on the 15th of May was, this is from my personal vintage book collection. It's a Betty Crocker vintage cookbook, Parties for Children. I think it might have had party games and things in it as well. But that one sold for $48.91. eBay fees on that was $6.86, and that was not promoted. And I think, she paid full price. I don't think I took an offer on that. And then my last sale, which came through yesterday, was again from my personal doll collection. Fashion Fever Kayla Barbie doll. It's a 2005 doll. It was open, not in box, and that was $38.45. Fees on that were $5.45. So yeah, only 3 sales this week. So I'll bring up that overview. So 11th of May to 17th of May, those sales added up to $117.36. The total selling costs, $17.29, leaving $100.07 before I take out my postage fees and my tax. So yeah, quiet week, 3 buyers, 3 sales. Nothing has sold today yet. What I did do this week, because I'm out of work again, so I've been home all week, I did get, I think it was, let me see, I did 12 listings on one day, 26 listings. I did 14 listings on one day and then 12 on another. So I went through my stash of personal books here, my vintage book collection. I'm trying to actually just cull a lot of stuff because I'm sick of having so much stuff in my personal collections. I've got, I've got cherished teddies, I've got Lego, I've got dolls, I've got Lego minifigs, I've got vintage books, I've got golden books, I've got so many things that I collect, and I'm just thinking there's too much. So I did go through my shelf and I thought, right, I'm just going to get rid of all these vintage books. So I did list a whole heap. I think a few videos back I said I needed to look at international shipping. I have not done that yet. So I'm wondering whether I should look at that for these vintage books, but they are still, even though they're vintage, they are still kind of low end. Like, you know, I've listed them for some are $14.95 plus post, $19.95. So yeah, I don't know. I need to do a bit more research on whether I should take the time to work out how much the postage would cost on these, or maybe I just try opening up to New Zealand just as a bit of a testing the waters on international shipping. But yeah, not sure. So yeah, that's about it. I did get some, as I said, got some listings up, mostly books, pretty much nearly all books that I've listed in my, I say store, but I don't actually have an actual eBay store, it's just my account. In other news, I did enter 58 comps this week, didn't get any wins, well, nothing that I've been notified this week, but I did finally get paid for my focus group. So I think I mentioned last week that I lodged a complaint with Consumer and Business Affairs. I'd done it online, I didn't call them, I just thought I'll submit something online and then I'll follow up with a phone call later, give it another week or so. But then last Friday, because I was home on sick leave, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to send one more email to this group and see if I can get a response. So what I did was I previously said that I'd emailed some of the directors, like, well, the higher level management in my last email, worked out what their email address would be and sent it on, but still got no reply. So this one, I did it again. I replied all and I said, actually, let me just bring up what I said. Right, so I wrote, good morning, I am writing to follow up on my previous emails regarding the outstanding payment for the focus group I attended. As I have not yet received a response, I've submitted a formal complaint to the Office of Consumer and Business Affairs. It is unfortunate that I've had to repeatedly chase this matter, and I would appreciate a prompt resolution. Thank you, ChatGPT, for helping me write that one. Yeah, so I sent that off, and I swear, within like half an hour, I had a phone call from the person that initially booked me into the focus group, and I got an email with the gift card. Seriously, like, why didn't this happen sooner? Like, it took me stating that I'd put a complaint into Consumer Affairs for them to respond. Obviously, they'd got my other emails because the email addresses I'd included were exactly the same as the ones I'd sent before. So there was no new email addresses on there. It was sent to the same people I'd sent previously. But the only way I think I got response is because I'd said that I'd, taken it further, which is really disappointing. I hate having to be that person that complains. I don't want to be seen as a complainer and being a Karen. But the sad thing is, being a Karen is like what worked in this situation. It would have been nice if I just got acknowledged on my very first email. Here's your gift card, thanks. But no. But yeah, so have I transferred that $100 over? I don't think I have yet because I haven't spent it. So I'm just going to no, I haven't transferred any money over to my Mission Tuition Fund yet for that amount. So I have actually transferred that over. I've just checked. I've transferred the money over to my Mission Tuition Challenge. So my total now is sitting at $2,434.20. 17.38% of my goal. I should be at 38%. Same, as I said last week, consistently not meeting my goal, where I should be at. But that's okay. A saving is a saving. And I haven't done any Perkle surveys, even though I have, I think, had some come through my email. I've just been, as I said, I've finished I'm unemployed again, or, between jobs again. I've had a week off. I've been a bit depressed about my future with work, and I just have had zero motivation to do a lot of stuff. So it was actually good that I managed to get some things listed on eBay because I have not been in the mood. But I did get one of my prizes, which I think I'll open it up. I'm pretty sure this would be the Gatorade t-shirt that I'm going to give to my husband. So hopefully hasn't got some big Gatorade thing on the back. Oh, it does. It's massive. Oh my god. So Yeah. I think he'll be wearing that one around the house. Sweat Club. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to be wearing that out. But anyway, so that apparently is worth $39.95. So that's that. Okay, another week down. I've really got nothing else to add for this week. As I said, heading into week 21, no sales today. We'll see how we go. So thank you for tuning in, and hopefully see you next week. Bye.